Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Zachary, back with me some more daily NBA news. Hope you're all having a great day. Remember that you guys are the real MVPs. Seriously can't thank you enough for all the support I have been getting. All the great comments about the new format. You guys really seem to be digging it, and that gets me hyped to make this show even better for you guys. So thank you for all of the positive feedback. I really appreciate it. And hey, if you're new here, then I appreciate you too. But make sure that you smack that sub button and the bell as well, so you can stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA on a daily basis. Anyways, now let's just take a look at everything that is going on in the NBA. But first, a quick word about this video's sponsor, SportsQ Trivia. Easily one of the best apps out there if you are an NBA fan, because it rewards you for being an NBA fan. Basically what it is a quiz where I ask you guys 10 questions based on things going on in the NBA. If you get all the questions right, then you win your share of the cash prize. It's as simple as that. It's really dope. I'll have the links in the description down below so you guys can check it out. There is another game tonight, and we are so close to 10K users, so the support on this app has been phenomenal. Oh, and don't forget to use the referral code SDC when you sign up to get an extra life. Guys, yesterday we talked about Dennis Schroeder wanting out of Atlanta when he came forth and basically demanded a trade request, saying the Atlanta Hawks don't know what they're doing, but the Indiana Pacers and the Milwaukee Bucks are teams that know what they're doing. Also deleting everything off his Instagram account and unfollowing the Hawks as well. Well, that was yesterday. Today I have something to report on that blows that out of the water, as DeMarcus Cousins has officially unfollowed the New Orleans Pelicans on Instagram. And this became widely known after an Instagram user commented on his picture saying, "Why did you unfollow the Pelicans?" DeMarcus Cousins responded to this person by saying, "'Cause I'm grown." First off, I just want to know who on earth has the time on their hands to stalk all these players and see who they follow and when they unfollow them. Who goes through all that trouble? Secondly, does this mean that DeMarcus Cousins will not be with the New Orleans Pelicans next season? Of course he's about to be a free agent. Maybe the two sides already sat down together and decided that this just isn't going to work out long term, that the Pelicans are going to be headed in a different direction, because there has already been a lot of chatter about whether or not the Pelicans really need DeMarcus Cousins. Maybe they already came to the conclusion that they don't need DeMarcus Cousins and are going to use the money that they would have to spend on him somewhere else. So now he knows he's not going to be with the Pelicans, so he's like, you know what, I might as well unfollow. However, that would directly contradict reports that we've gotten from people in the front office for the Pelicans who have said that they would like to keep DeMarcus Cousins this summer. So who knows? All we do know is that players unfollowing the team that they're on currently is quite often a sign of things that are to come. On to the next story though, and this one isn't any less crazy than the last one, as we are getting reports that the Toronto Raptors might not be done making moves after they fired their head coach Dwayne Casey last week. Reports broke yesterday saying that the Raptors were quietly exploring a DeMar DeRozan trade before the start of last season, and it is expected that they will do the same this season, except not just shop around DeMar DeRozan, but aggressively shop around every player on their roster. As New York Times reporter Mark Stein had this to say about the situation, where it is that the Raptors quietly explored the DeMar DeRozan trade options last summer before they had any inkling that a breakout season was looming, and I'd fully expect Toronto to explore those possibilities again, not just with DeRozan, but with anyone and everyone on the roster. Now this is huge news, because first off, I don't think anyone thought that the Toronto Raptors had actually shot DeMar DeRozan around last summer, but it turns out that they did. And also because I didn't think they'd be looking to blow up this team yet, since they just fired Dwayne Casey. I thought they would just see if a new coach was able to get this group of players over the hump, but it sounds like they are open to doing anything. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers banished the Raptors into a time of extreme uncertainty right now. So expect anything and everything to happen with this team over the summer, as they are not about to leave any stone unturned. Also in the news, James Harden opened up to the media a little more than he did directly after the Rockets lost game 1 to the Golden State Warriors. He didn't say much in his post-game interview, but yesterday during the Rockets practice, he said quite a bit. As during the practice, he said that he's not going to be able to beat the Golden State Warriors by himself, and he really needs everyone else on the team to play their absolute best.
You know, we're in this together, and like I can't do it by myself, and we need everybody to be at their top play. You know, and so whether it's CP, whether it's Eric, whether it's Tuck, and we just open up and just talk about the game, talk about things that we see, that they see from their angle. We can get better on things that they saw that actually worked, and figure it out.
James over a couple times in the
He's right. To beat the Warriors, everyone's got to play hard. James Harden had 41 points in game 1 and Houston still lost. James Harden could probably go out there and drop 70 points, and if no one else on the Rockets is going to play their best, is going to step up, they're still probably going to lose that game, because no one player alone is ever going to be able to match the production of Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson. Heck, even if you just have 2 or 3 players playing extremely well, it'll be hard to match that level of production. It's gonna take the entire team, and even then, with everyone on the Rockets stepping up, it's still going to be very hard for them to beat the Golden State Warriors in a 7-game series, and that's just a testament to how great of a team this Warriors team is. It's scary. Speaking of games in the playoffs though, game 2 between the Boston Celtics versus Cleveland Cavaliers of course went down last night, and Brad Stevens said before the game that the Celtics were going to be prepared for a very determined LeBron James. Brad Stevens has never been so right in his life. LeBron James was out there looking for blood. Finished the game with 42 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds, and a loss. The Cavs lost again now and are now down 0-2 in this series against the Celtics. And guys, I am at an utter loss for words as to how this Celtics team is able to do what they are doing. Against all odds, they find a way to succeed. This team is starting to remind myself, a Pistons fan, of like the modern day 04 Pistons. They were always the underdog that year, and yet they demolished everyone in their way. This Boston Celtics team right here is one of the most special teams that I have ever seen. Anyways though, another similarity they could have with the 04 Pistons is their toughness, the physicality that they play with. Now, they're not as physical as the Pistons were back then. That's just because the league doesn't allow teams to be that physical anymore. But for modern day NBA, they're just about as tough as you can be. And Tyronn Lue yesterday went as far as to say that the Boston Celtics are gooning up the game.
They're playing tougher than we are. We see that. They're being physical. They're gooning the game up, and we got to do the same thing. So we got to be tougher mentally and physically.
I also just want to point out something that I found funny in this interview, as a reporter completely destroyed Rodney Hood. He said, why is that man even playing?
You're not getting a lot of contributions out of a lot of guys right now, but why is Rodney Hood still in the rotation?
Because I want him there.
What has he done to show? Well, what has he done to show you that he deserves those minutes?
Well, I'm gonna keep playing him, so he'll be better.
That was the most absolutely savage reporter question that I have ever heard. He said, what has he done to get playing time? However, back to the thing about the Boston Celtics gooning up the game. If you were to ask Marcus Smart, he would say that no one on the Celtics is gooning up the game, but instead it's someone on the Cavs, J.R. Smith. Since Smith was the guy who pushed Al Horford in midair late in the 4th quarter.
Well, you can't say definitely.
No, this is a definite.
It should be.
Now, of course, that's a very dangerous play. And after the game, Marcus Smart called out J.R. Smith for it, saying that it was a dirty play, and this isn't the first time that J.R. Smith has done things like this, especially against the Celtics.
I just looked at it, Al's he's a defenseless, person. He's in the air. He can't control how his body goes, and he's not even looking in. You go and take two hands to the back. It's a dirty shot. And. You just can't allow that to keep happening. This is not the first time JR has done some dirty stuff, especially playing against us. He's known for it, especially playing against us. We know that. So if it's like a bully, you keep letting the bully keep picking on you. He's gonna keep picking on you until you finally stand up, and that's what I tried to do. One of my guys was down, and I took offense to it.
This series is really starting to heat up. This is just some great playoff basketball. It's a great playoff atmosphere, except for you don't want to see any dirty plays because you don't want to see any players get hurt. Like if Al Horford got hurt on that play, that wouldn't be good at all. So, cut the dirty play, but physical, hard, trash-talking play, I'm all for it. And for our final story of the day, the NBA lottery went down yesterday, and the Phoenix Suns, for the first time in franchise history, will have the #1 pick of the NBA draft. And now it seems like they have so many options that they don't know what to do with themselves. First off, it seems like DeAndre Ayton isn't a lock to be selected #1 by the Phoenix Suns. If anything, it sounds like the Phoenix Suns are leaning towards drafting Luka Doncic over DeAndre Ayton. That could make sense if the Clint Capella rumors are true, if the Suns are really interested in signing Clint Capella to a max contract this offseason. So it could make sense because of that, but also because of who their new head coach is. Igor Kokoskov, who happened to be Luka Doncic's head coach back when he won the EuroLeague in 2017. So there is a connection there. He might know some things about Luka Doncic to persuade the Suns to taking him over DeAndre Ayton. And judging by 90% of the responses to this tweet from Suns fans, it doesn't sound like Suns fans really want Doncic over Ayton. However, I can only imagine how hard it must be to have the #1 pick in the NBA draft, and I'm being serious about that. That's a lot of pressure to not mess up. This could either make or break the future of the Phoenix Suns, but I just think the fact that they hired Igor as their coach, someone who has experience coaching Luka Doncic, points in the direction that they are about to draft Luka Doncic over DeAndre Ayton. And that is going to bring us to the question of the day. Who do you guys think the Phoenix Suns are going to go with? Let me know down in the comment section below, but that is going to do it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to smack the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more daily NBA news. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see all of you right back here tomorrow, but until then, keep getting the buckets, Team FTC, and I'm out of here. Peace!